Hare Krishna. So, nectar of instruction, verse number 6. So, let us revise a little bit. So, first of all, we saw in preface that in iskcon we are Rupanugas, and that means we follow Srila Rupa Goswami. Why? Because by learning the instruction of Srila Rupa Goswami, we can understand the heart of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Srimati Radharani and Krishna himself. So in devotional practice, to revive our consciousness, which is dormant, we have to understand the very important pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna. And for that we have to understand, we have to follow in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami. Okay, who is a direct disciple of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why all the scriptures written by Srila Rupa Goswami are very important for the iskcon Gaudiya, iskcon devotees who are in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, offshoot of a Gaudiya Sampradaya, right? So this is the first book. It is very important for the neophyte devotees, NOI, Nectar of Instructions, which will guide a neophyte devotee from the very beginning to how he can develop his little faith to prema. Okay, so that we will see right from the text 1 to text 9, how our Shraddha will develop if we follow these instructions. So Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha Tada Bhajan Kriya Anartha Nivritti Nishtha Ruchi Asakti Bhav and Prem. So like that, these verses are arranged in such a way. So first of all, very first verse says that we have to raise our platform from the bodily level to soul platform. In the sense, we want to control what? The 6 Vegas which generally takes us to material practice. Okay, so what are these Vegas? We have seen very in very detail. What are the problems with the Vegas? What are the improper solutions? What are the proper solutions given by Srila Prabhupada? If we follow that, then we can save ourselves from becoming Godas to Goswami. So it is the struggle. It is a struggle. Most of us are in the stage of Anartha Nivritti. Anartha Nivritti stage means we are, by following 9 processes of devotional service, we are cleaning our heart from all these anarthas. As anartha will go, the godly qualities will develop. That is Artha Pravrutti. Anartha means those which we do not want, anarthas. But as our heart will have space, then slowly these devotional practices will give us artha, devotional devotees quality, or maybe we can call godly qualities will develop in us, like that. So what are the 6 Vegas? You can tell me. What are the 2 functions of tongue which can be detrimental if you cannot control? Vacha and yeah. And next, Vacho Vegam, Manasa, Krodha Vegam. So mind is there, then anger is there, and then body. Again, yeah. So again, the second function, body, tongue, belly, genitals. So if we control these Vegas, then what will happen? We become Goswami. And what is the goal of becoming Goswami? Can we put our title on the our home, that on the Goswami Vishal Joglekar? Like that. What is the main goal? Why we want to become Goswami? Why we want to control these urges?
We can be purified.
What do you do? What do you do by becoming purified?
Please the Lord.
So what do you do to please the Lord? So how you serve the Lord? I mean, what practically you do to serve God? Just by sitting, what you do? Devotional activities. How you do devotional activities? How will you do? By using these these senses, these urges, which are diverting our attention to all nonsensical activities. Now we are going to use it in proper devotional service because they are purified now. Okay, fine. Next, so text 2 and text 3. So we have in our group, I have already uploaded all the previous videos. So those who have joined little late, they can go through those videos. There are PPTs and then questions, and all questions are based on those PPTs. And just go through it and come with the our flow. Fine. And it is the easiest book. Don't worry about that. Okay. So text 2 immediately gives us the 6 practices don'ts. What we should be very careful about this. Because generally these 6 Vegas actually lead us to doing these activities. What is that? Atyahara, Prayasasya, Prajalpo Niyam Agraha, Janasangasya Laulasya, Shadviri Bhakti Vinashyati. So to control this, these practices are actually going to spoil our devotional practice, devotional service, devotional development. We have to curb them. And 6 activities, they are actually favorable for devotional practice, devotional services. What are they? Utsahat Nishayadhyaya, Tattat Karma Pravartanat, Sangha Tyaga Satovrutti, Shadbir Bhakti Prasiddhi. Now give me one very important observation on these 2 verses. What is very prominent you can see in second and third verse? Those were. What is the prominent? What you can see very precisely in 2 verses. What is highlighted in 2 verses? One thing is highlighted. Jana Sangasya. So the in Sangha Tyaga and Jana Sangasya. The both the meaning is same. What is that? We have to keep ourselves away from
Bad association.
bad association. That means it is very, very detrimental for progressive devotional service. So we have to be very careful. Otherwise, why would Rupa Goswami again repeat the same thing in different way? So do's and don'ts both have. Sangha is very important. Association. So don't means do not associate with non-devotees, and positive associate only with devotees. And in that he says Sangha Tyaga. So Asat Sangha Tyag. Okay, that is the main thing. So this is the very prominent thing we have seen. Then fourth thing, if we want, these are the attitudes with which we should see bhakti. Now, when we say we are performing devotional service, then automatically what we are associating with? Sadhus, devotees. So it is very important how we should have a relationship with the devotees. So this 4th verse is saying, and we should have a very loving relationship with the devotees. But how to develop that? For that, there are 6 kinds of exchange. What are they?
When you
Sharing confidential secrets.
And now the question is, whom while this dadati grinati dadati prati grinati though fine that accept give. But guhyam akhyati pruchhyati, whom should we ask? So who answers our queries? And we should ask very experienced person should be our counsel. Who is that? Uttam Adhikari. So there are next verse says there are 3 types of devotees. What are the types of devotees? So can you give some characteristics of Kanishta Adhikari, one each? Who's Kanishta Adhikari? What is this symptom?
But he's not yet, he's taken initiation, but.
What is the
he does
first
not-
first thing? What is his idea about devotional practice? What about God?
Worshipping the deity.
Archayam eva Hare. He says Lord is only in the temple. What is second thing? Does it make difference between devotees and non-devotees? He cannot. He says everybody is, they are normal people. I am very advanced. He doesn't identify, oh, he is devotee, he is not. What is third? You can see the notes also. This is revision only. I am not taking your exam.
He has
Just-
received high.
He has received Harinam initiation and he is practicing that. Next. If debates happen, what?
to behave with devotees.
He doesn't know how to behave with the devotees. If somebody comes to debate about the devotional practice with any philosophy, what will happen?
His faith is not stable.
So why his faith is not stable?
Doesn't have proper knowledge.
Proper knowledge. He doesn't have any proper knowledge about scripture. So what will happen generally? He may be swayed away from the devotional practice. He say, "Oh, I didn't know this." So whatever philosophy is there, he will leave that, do that, and leave the bhakti. Anything else about this? What is the hope for a neophyte devotee? Is it possible for him to become Madhyama Adhikari? How?
Association.
And sincerely practicing the devotional service. So the same Kanishta will become Madhyama if he follows the pure devotee sincerely and practice under the guidance of devotional, our spiritual master. So that this Kanishta can become Madhyama. Who is Madhyama? How can you identify Madhyama Adhikari? Yeah. So he has taken initiation and under the guidance of spiritual master, he is actually doing deity worship and all other services. How is his approach towards the world? What he does about four things, very important four things. Prema, Maitri, Krupa, Upeksha. So whom we does frame with love? Prema, Maitri, Krupa, Upeksha. Madhyama Adhikari loves, develops love toward Lord. Maitri, with devotees. And Krupa,
Ignorant people.
with ignorant people who doesn't know about God. So he said, okay, come, I will teach you, I will give you all counsel. Upeksha, what?
People who envy of him.
People who are nothing to do with Krishna consciousness, he just keeps himself away. Upeksha. That's why. So what is his if suppose debate happens with this devotee, with any philosopher, what will happen? What is his?
He might not be able to give answer. He will go back and learn it properly and come.
So he may sometimes get defeated, but he will not leave. Why? What has happened at Nishtha stage? Nishtha itself is a steady faith. So the little faith which neophyte has, now it has become a steady stage of devotional practice. So Nishtha means he is firm. So a small creeper may get destroyed in the storm. But that creeper, if it has become a tree now. Though now this tree doesn't have any flowers or fruits, fine. But this tree is strong enough to hold onto the ground. Any storm has happened, it will stay. So he will again go back. He will ask for he will study deeply the scriptures, but he will not leave the bhakti. That is Nishtha stage. Okay. So his how is his knowledge now? It has a deep, strong knowledge, but not strong enough to defeat all the philosophers. That is Nishtha stage. And then again he does the same watering the plant. What is the watering the plant compared to in devotional practice? How we watering the plant? So how we do it in bhakti? What are the devotional activities? This chanting, reading, Navavidha Bhakti. So can somebody tell me what is the Navavidha Bhakti? Can somebody one by one tell me what is Shravana means hearing? Next, Kirtanam, Smarana. Next, what is next? Pada Sevanam. Next, Arsanam. Vandanam means Prarthana. Do prayers. Then Dasyam. Dasyam Sakhyam Atma. What is Atma Nivedan? Surrendering everything. Close the door completely. So these are the way, these are the 9 processes. Which is the very prominent process in this? Hearing. This the beginning and is very important. But from these 9, anybody can take any one, and if he dedicates to that, he can perfect it. Anyone is okay, but 1 and 2 fine. But 7 is very important. Now, from whom to hear? Whom to hear? Very important. Correct. One should be from the authorized Guru Shishya Parampara. He should have a Guru, and then that should go to Krishna. From whom we should not hear. And I want an example. Why we should not hear? 3 people, 3 ideologies. Materialist, impersonalist, and yogis, in the sense. Okay. So why we should not hear from them? There is a example given. That is of course there, but one very important thing is what happens? Snake and banana, that will increase the poison of them. If we do these 6 exchanges with these people, then it is like a increasing poison, and then it will harm us. From where now we are discussing about the hearing from unauthorized person. What will happen? What is the example of hearing from unauthorized person? What will happen? That is the example. Find out from notes. So whenever you go from this, we have a once in a week a class, right? And we normally do 1 verse in a 1 week. So whenever you go, actually have a revision. Just read what you have heard, what you have written, what is in the okay. What happens? So Vishaira Anna Khaila. So just like Vishay, to associate with them means there is a transfer of ideology. Just like one who eats the food cooked by whatever ideas are there, the person's ideas goes with in the food, and then what happens? We become affected by that idea. Similarly, to associate with these kind of people, to hear from them, what happens? So impersonalists have an idea. What is an idea? God is formless. So now we are Sakarvadi. Sakarvadi means personalist. We know Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha. But if we associate with them, we hear from them, slowly we will come to the conclusion that, their conclusion. That's why it's very difficult. So their ideologies will get transferred by hearing and associating differently. 6th verse, we say that now. So we have completed 6th verse. Now, 4th, 5th verse is okay. 5th we have seen. Now today we will see 6th verse, where a general tendency happens that whenever we come to Krishna consciousness, previously we see everybody is pure devotee. You know, whoever we see, oh, we are Nanda Puja, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We pay obeisances to each and everybody, whether dhoti kurta, but tilak dekha, because we know. But slowly, what happens? We know, alright, you know, we differentiate, and then slowly we see, alright, we start seeing faults in people, and then we start seeing faults in everybody. As we grow, then it's my fault. So that becomes very detrimental, and it becomes, we start seeing the fault in pure devotees also. So that we have to see how to have an approach towards pure devotee. So repeat after me. Text number 6. दृष्टे स्वभाव जनितेर वपुषस्य दोषेर न प्राकृतत्वम् इह भक्त जनस्य पश्येत् गंगां भसां न खलु बुद्बुदफेन पंकेर ब्रह्मद्रवत्वमपगच्छति निरधर्मे Can somebody repeat or once more? Okay. दृष्टे स्वभाव जनितेर वपुषस्य दोषेर न प्राकृतत्वम् इह भक्त जनस्य पश्येत् गंगां भसां न खलु बुद्बुदफेन पंकेर ब्रह्मद्रवत्वमपगच्छति निरधर्मे. Anybody one?
दृष्टे स्वभावजनितेर्वपुषस्य दोषे
दृष्टे स्वभावजनितेर्वपुषस्य दोषे
तत्त्वम् इह भक्तजनस्य पश्येत्
न प्राकृतत्वम् इह भक्तजनस्य पश्येत् गंगां भस्म न खलु बुद्बुदफेन पंकेर
ब्रह्मद्रवत्वम् अपगच्छति निरधर्मे
ब्रह्मद्रवत्वमपगच्छति निरधर्मे. So this verse says that pure devotee does not identify with the body because he knows that he is a soul. Now when we see this kind of pure devotee, we have to see that he may have bodily deformation. There are few mentioned here, that if a devotee's body is born in a low family, or a body with a bad complexion, or a deformed body, or a disease, or infirm body, then we should not consider him from this materialistic point of view. Why? Because he is a soul, advanced soul, right? The example is given. They're just like Ganges, Ganga river. In a rainy season, now it's a rainy season. In rainy season, many times, so many small, rivulets, they come into the river, and it happens that in Ganges you might see these three effects. What are they? Bud means bubbles. Fena means foam. And Panker means mud. So we know that for devotees to take bath in Ganges is very auspicious, because why it is auspicious? It has originated from the Lord's lotus feet, So that's why the pure devotee, when he sees that even Ganges has these three apparent defects that there are. So ideally, if we see in the water these bubbles, the foam and the mud, then we don't take bath, isn't it? If the nal khola, so if you will take bath, you will get more dirty. But when it comes to Ganges water, pure devotee knows the Ganges are pure. Ganges water is pure. So he will take bath. Although these are apparently he can see that because he knows it, that Ganges is pure. Right? This superficial external coverings cannot determine its purity. Ideally, it's pure. Similarly, by eyes, by materialistic vision, we can see the defects, these kind of defects. But still we know he is a advanced soul, right? So these are the points. So first thing is pure devotee. So everybody has to become pure devotee. So right from the very beginning, we should know that we have to follow. Pure devotee means we have to know that he is not on the bodily platform. He doesn't identify with the body. So these are the materialistic point of view with which we may see it, but that will be an offense to identify it. That, oh, this devotee is from the low caste, or he is a higher caste. That's a offensive mentality. Oh, he has a very beautiful body. He has no beautiful body. Not so like that, it's an offensive. Maybe so and so. The body of pure devotee cannot never be polluted just like the water of Ganges. Why? Next. So these are the ways the question may come. What are the different ways we can see the defects? It is mentioned everything. Now these three will see in detail in the later. It just like to criticize him, because as we see, it is a saying that that once a neophyte comes, he says all are Prabhu. Okay, and I am Das. But then say I am Prabhu, and he says others, I am the most advanced, so I am Mahaprabhu, something like that. So he sees that I can correct every others, and he will criticize it. Oh, ऐसा feedback नहीं रख. I'll give an example. One devotee was chanting, and everybody was chanting, and he saw one devotee was chanting by left hand. So he thought, अरे इसको ये भी मालूम नहीं. He right hand से he went there. कब से आप भक्ति में? We should not chant by left hand. Then he took out his hand. He said, I had a cut actually, right hand. So I cannot chant by this hand. So immediately he became very embarrassed. Then he asked asked forgiveness. Oh, please forgive me, I didn't know this. So we should. So otherwise, what will happen in the mental area will distinguish people. He is a very neophyte person. He is a very advanced person. So mentally we'll keep offending. Then this guy already approached and clarified it. Otherwise, what will happen? Mentally we'll keep offending people. So don't criticize. This is one example I'm giving. So as we grow, we will start seeing the effects externally and internally also. How he becomes unnecessarily angry. So and so forth. And to consider the pure devotee as an object of disciplinary action. So some disciplines are given to put on us. We say, why he is not doing it? He is beyond that. Or we may give him advice or correct him, Prabhuji. ऐसा नहीं करने का. That is also an offense. So these are the ways which we may. These are the materialistic way towards seeing the pure devotees. Now Prabhupada again focuses on. So he starts with what is Shuddha Bhakti. Page number 68. Shuddha Bhakti is the activity of the super soul. The soul proper, in the sense, the Shuddha Bhakti is done by the soul platform, on the soul platform. Right now, what we are doing is, it is like, suppose that somebody comes to you and he offers you a bouquet, a fragrant bouquet, and in his left hand is a garbage. Right? So will you be very happy? In the sense, everything is right. He is offering me very fragrant flowers, but in his left hand, It's a obnoxious smelling garbage bag. Are you getting me? Right now, what we are doing is we are approaching Krishna with our chanting and everything, but our heart is having a garbage of what? Anartha. Are you getting me? But as we do that, anarthas will go away, and slowly then our purified senses, then suppose another person comes, he has taken perfect bath, very nice clothes, perfume, vagara, and then he offers you a bouquet. There is nothing. So who will be more attracted? You will be attracted to whom more? Second one. But Krishna is so merciful. He says, at least he is giving me something. He accepts him. That acceptance from Krishna, our gifts are accepted by Krishna, that will help us to remove this anartha. Keep offering. But actually, that's what Bhagavad Gita says, that doing this activity itself, we are liberated. We are starting our connection with Krishna. Mam chayo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitetam brahma bhuvaya kadati. These three modes we may be having. Right now we are having this body and subtle and gross body. That means we are within these three modes, right? But because we are doing bhakti, which is on the soul platform, we are already liberated. That is on the, see in the theory platform. In the sense, we should be ideally. But the moment we stop bhakti in the sense, just like, okay, abhi 9:30 ho gaya, so 5 to 9:30 I am in temple. Now I can do anything. So now we are on the bodily platform. So the three modes will be active on you. Are you getting me? That's why the later the Rupa Goswami says that we should be doing bhakti 24 hours a day. So that we nothing, the three modes will not be active on us. You're getting. So what this verse says, that one who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, at once transcends the one who engages. He does not fall down at any circumstances. Why? Because Krishna is taken charge. Because not many people approach towards Krishna. So Krishna is very much. And he, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, means he has already transcended the three modes of materialism. So Radhesham Prabhu once was telling that these anarthas are like our big, big baggage we are carrying on our head, right? And as soon as we take Diksha, suppose, so what happens? By Krishna and Guru's mercy, the baggage is taken away. But by doing bhakti, we are doing chanting and everything, vows we are following. But moment we go astray, in the sense we do not follow these rules and we do all this criticism, aparad, and what happens? The same baggage, what is the baggage on our head? Our past karma, good and bad. Same will apply to you. Then person say, I am doing bhakti from last 10 years. Why this thing should happen to me? So Krishna has done this to me. Krishna will never ever do anything to your life until and unless you become a pure devotee. Right? Then what will happen? He will actually take, just like Parikshit Maharaj. So, or Chitraketu Maharaj, so and so. So they are, once you see Krishna, that means that is the level when Krishna will interfere in your life. Till that time, it's all on our efforts. So the baggage is immediately, so if you walk without baggage, it will be very easy for us, right? And walking with the baggage, it will be very difficult, right? So it is up to us how we should take to bhakti, right? So here it is said that one who does avyabhicharana. So what is the definition of avyabhicharani shakti? Abhicharani bhakti. Avyabhichari. Can somebody read one by one point?
Avyabhicharini bhakti is the activity of the soul.
Next.
It is NOI devotional service.
Acha. Next.
It is performed only in the liberated stage.
So actually you are doing it on a liberated stage. But it is up to us when we will stop it. We have our own goal. I mean, our the demarcation, our own timing, that we have to stop. Next.
Performer can never fall down.
This is surety given by Krishna. What is the definition? What is the any verse from Bhagavad Gita? It says you will never fall down. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Next.
Performer at once transcends modes of material nature.
Sometimes, do you have any kind of experience that some activity in devotional practice gave you ecstasy that you forgot? This is the joy I have never ever felt. Many will have many other experience. Some did some like prasad, kirtan, mostly kirtan. Sometimes neophyte. When we come new to Krishna consciousness, Krishna gives us not prasad, I mean, of course, prasad, the mercy, extra mercy, and causeless mercy. Chalo, le le. That will hook us then. That actually hooks us. Anything like, mostly people have this because kirtan means none other than Krishna. Hare Krishna, yeah. Then you will get attracted, or maybe class. Sometimes it hits, or prasad, something, So these are the ways. The Krishna gives us what? The ecstasy. That is what is one transcends the modes of materialism. Then we don't feel any fatigue or any moroseness. So, if you see the activities of human being are advanced because they have a advanced intelligence. But with that advanced intelligence, what comes? The ahankar also is very advanced. Ahankar in the sense he expects more than somebody should worship me, or somebody should give me happiness. He expects from someone, and he becomes selfish. So if he gives me, I'll give him. I have nothing to do with these people. Also, are you getting me? He is like not like a child. If you know, child is a selfless person. Whoever comes, he is same to everybody. But as a human grows, what happens? He becomes selfish. So the point what I'm making is the human being, when he has a higher intelligence, what happens is ahankar also gets increases, very prominent. He becomes he identifies with himself. And it is said that every person thinks that the world is rotating around himself only. Hardly people know you. I mean us, right? But we think I am the most important person in the world. So that is how a person thinks. But if we are actually performing bhakti, then the modes will not act and will become like child in the sense. So the thing is, Pandita Samadarshina, this is the first stage. Brahman Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmani Gavi Hastini. Shuniche Sopakecha Pandita Samadarshina. This is where pure devotee sees every living entity as a part and parcel of Krishna. So he loves, in the sense. So we stopped at the Madhyam Adhikari, but actually the Uttam Adhikari, the one who doesn't make these four distinctions. The Madhyam Adhikari does. He sees everybody as a part and parcel of Krishna. So that's how he doesn't identify with his own body, neither with others. Because he says Shuni Chaiva Shobhagit. A dog's master, or an elephant or a rat, everything they are Krishna's part and parcel, but because of their ahankar, they have got this different kind of identities. So he doesn't identify others as a body, neither himself. That means he has transcended the modes of materialism by doing avyabhicharani. So vyabhicharani bhakti means having our own. So next, we have already seen that. Anya abhilashita shunyam. So anything other than serving Krishna, that is Vyabhichar. So Swabhyacharini bhakti means unalloyed devotional practice. Nothing other than that. So that is also a definition of bhakti. Is anya abhilashita. So we'll see next.
Being free from modes of material nature, one attains the level of Brahman.
Means Samadarshina. Samadarshina means so. If you see in the morning sun rays are coming into your home, do you identify are ye ray acha hai, this is higher or bigger or something? All rays are. It doesn't make even the identify also the difference between the rays. Similarly, level of Brahman means he sees everything as the energy of the Lord. Right? Next, it is transcendental to the activities of the body and mind. So bhakti has not. So we generally the higher stage is that kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsar. These 6 anarthas are the gross level. But puja, la, pratishtha are on subtle level. Subtle level. So first we will be seeing that this will go. I mean, if you are very careful, I mean bhakti, if you are following if we are following the regulatory principles and chanting sincerely Harekrishna Mahamantra and serving devotees, then automatically it will go. But the subtle, the anarthas are very difficult to go because that's on ahankar part. I mean, so for that, the offenses and all will come. Are getting initially. So bhakti, if we do properly, then even that will not. That mistaken identity will not. So bhakti is transcendental to the activities of body and mind. It is directly related to soul's experience. That's why once one devotee asked Prabhupada that Prabhupada, you in this photo you look so morose. Prabhupada said, you don't know. And this particular stage I was in ecstasy. So bodily level and mental level you cannot understand. That's why it is said that Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vigyena Bhujaya. So Vaishnavera Kriya activity and Mudra means his appearance. Vigya means the intelligent person. No Bhujaya. He could not understand or he cannot analyze that. Prabhupada, you are more. You can't understand, he is on the soul platform, he doesn't exist. So once it happened in Ramayana that our, I mean, this is just, I just thought about it. We, Sita Devi, Sri Ramachandra is lamenting, where is Sita, oh Sita? And then Shivji is laughing. Shivji laughs. So Parvati says, what happened? Why you laughed? He said, nothing. So, no, you tell me something, you have joke on me. No, not joke. Look, my master is there and he is lamenting. He says, he is a sannyasi vesh. And why is he is your master? Yes. And he is lamenting for his wife. So Parvati thinks that let me check. So she takes the form of Sita Devi and comes before Ramchandra. So Sri Ramchandra folds hand, Are Mata, Parvati, what you are doing here? Durga. Suddenly Parvati, as a Durga, she comes, of course. Then she becomes embarrassed. She understands. The point what I'm making is that Lord Ramachandra's, those period, if you see in a Viraha, that is his ecstasy. Right? But in the sense, Viraha, not that. Oh. So Lord Ramachandra, why he came here and that is a different story. But what we are saying is Sita and Ramchandra can never be separated. They are together all the time. But when they come here, they do lila. That lila is ecstasy for them. So fighting with Hiranyakashipu and Narasimhadev, it's a lila, right? But that's what we want to be on the level of soul. If we do bhakti, then we will not see external. Neither we will, from our point of view, we will see that, oh, if I have given very nice class, then I'm advanced. That's not the point we will see. Why, when we speak Krishna Katha, the ecstasy we may feel, that is our advantage. That is our advancement. Getting me? Otherwise, oh, only this much people. I have given so much nectar. Then what has happened? The point is missing. Even one person is there, but you are so happy giving, sharing Krishna Katha. That experience is on the soul platform. But if you are on the material plane, then everything will be the loss. So this is pure bhakti. We have said that. Devotional service. Can somebody read?
That devotional service which is free from jnana, mental speculation, and karma, primitive work, is called pure bhakti. It is the activity of the soul proper, and anyone engaged in performance of the pure devotional service is already a liberated person.
So jnana, karma, anavritam. We already said. Anya abhilashita sindhu. Jnana, karma, anavritam means should not be covered by, free from. That is pure bhakti. So that if we do that, then we are already liberated. Then Prabhupada comes, what should be the proper approach towards the bodily defects of devotee? If we happen to see that, what we should do? First point, somebody can read.
No one should criticize the bodily defects of the pure devotee. If there are such defects, they should be overlooked. What should be taken into account is the spiritual master's main business, which is devotional service, pure service to the Supreme Lord.
So this is the verse. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhav. Sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hiva. That means Krishna is saying, he has come to me and he is serving me. And his apparent defects, I will take care of it. It's none of your business. So apiche suduracharo. So durachar is there. Suppose but suduracharo means the more blunder he may do. So I will take care of it. You see that because bhajate mam ananya, what is he doing? From him, some mistakes are happening, but he is doing still bhakti. So you should see him as a sadhu. Why? Samyak vyavasita. Because he is doing devotional practice, devotional service, he will immediately come to the right path. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur says that those who sees such a bhakta who is committing some aparad, and somebody who is seeing does not see the aparad and still he thinks, oh, that he is a devotee, he is a sadhu. Right approach towards a devotee makes us sadhu. He is a sadhu, but those who see him still sadhu is a sadhu. So this is a very important verse. It is said, because what will happen if you point out mistake in that devotee, you will be offended. I mean, you will get the reaction. It is like you spot it, you got it. Got it? That is a very different. So that's why when we deal even on a managerial level, if suppose you have to correct someone, you speak 4 good qualities. You are doing this thing very nicely. If you can work on this, then it will be better. So it is not a fault finding, but it is to uplift him. So counselor or whoever is the leader should see, because he is doing bhakti, everybody has defects. So encourage him to come above that. Our activity, our correction should uplift person. Otherwise it is disaster. You say, I am so bekar. So I will give an example. Once during proper time, one sannyasi came and he said, Prabhupada, this is danda. I have done some mistake. I am going. and I am giving up. So proper secretary was there. So he heard this. He gave सब उसको क्या बोलते हैं उसको viral कर दिया. And what happened? So proper said, don't worry, you still can continue. I mean, he consoled him. But because he has made it viral, it has become embarrassing for him to come in front of devotees. He left altogether. So Prabhupada chastised him. I mean, whoever was that person. This is the one thing you did wrong. What is the offense? And I made everybody aware of something which is not needed. So this is very important. First thing, we should not criticize, and blasphemy means this. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Make it public. That is blasphemy. Criticize means it's good. Why you did that? Or Suna, listen to this. He has done this. That is blasphemy. The more bigger offense. So that we should not do this. So because we are dealing with pure devotees, it applies to everybody. Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, whoever has chanted Harekrishna once is a devotee. I mean, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a very lenient, right? And Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, one who doesn't chant 64 rounds is a patit. So both their vision is, they have their own ways to uplift people, right? So like that, the point right now we are talking about is the pure devotee. Whenever there, we do not have to criticize him, no blasphemy, and if you do that, then we will immediately feel reaction. Can somebody share your realization? What happens exactly? If suppose you must have, offended somebody. So what happens
To
to offender?
goes into guilt after that.
Guilt, but then anything else?
Defensive.
I'm saying that if suppose I offended him, so what will happen? What reaction I must feel? I mean, suppose you are me. In past, you must have offended somebody. So what was the reaction you must have thought? Because I have offended. No, you have never offended him. I'm just but I am the only one who is offending everybody.
We lose our seva.
Lose seva. Anything else?
Some morals.
Morals.
Lose taste in life.
Taste in Harinam. Immediately, I personally feel. क्या हो रहा है मालूम नहीं था माला नीचे ऊपर हो रहा है but I am not hearing anything but I don't feel any taste in doing any seva. I am running away from seva. Hearing, so these are the ways the 9 practices, 9% of devotional service, actually keeps us away, in the sense there becomes a barrier that offense becomes a barrier between this. If suppose I give you gulab jam, but I say put a plastic sheet on your tongue, will you be able to taste that gulab jam? Why? The plastic cover is there. That is an offensive layer. So you are doing bhakti, but Krishna has done this, So how can we remove that plastic? How can we regain our taste, lost taste? So I might told you the exact way. What is actually repenting and how to resolve this completely?
The 6 sections.
I must have forgotten. So anyway, I forget it. Now remember this. Offending devotee, like I'll always give this example. Suppose if I ask you a pen, you say, I have a very expensive pen. But if I asked you, you gave me. I used it and I lost it. Okay. So that means what has happened? You have recovered, I think. This example. Can you tell me?
Yeah, I will try to give him the pen back, as well as from my side, I will add something in.
Because so So I make his pen is there. But I cannot give him any pen. It's expensive pen I have to give. Then what will happen? He has received that, but he said, "Oh, this my father gave me when I came first." So it is emotions are connected with that pen also. Where are they? Now this pen which we are giving them, there are no emotions. So we have to give something else also. This pen is there, but our cake is also there. Anything extra. And apology also is there. So extra you have to serve him. Otherwise it's just equal. So that is anurag. He say, okay, I forgot, I forgive you. So that is, he's just saying, I forgive you. But his heart is still emotionally attached to that. But when you are emotionally making him pleased, I really feel very embarrassed. I shouldn't have done that. Take this pain. And I remember his birthday. And I come unalarmed, jata hu, and give him and then make him, or what do you like then? So he says, I like. So you ask his friend also, what he likes, and give him, and make that emotional patch also fulfilled. That is required. Otherwise, what will happen? First thing, ask apology, something is reduced. But still, anurag is not there. But if you make him friend, and he says, I completely forgive you, then you will again regain your taste. This is the actual way. And most of the time, what will happen? We may say, I may apologize. But our ahankar, our false ego will stop us from doing this next activity. Why should I do that? होता है पेन तो हो जाता है. I gave him pain. False ego will say, I did it. अभी होता है. But we forget he's a devotee. Understand? Then it is affect. That's why it is said, it is from the beginning we are warned that when we are dealing with devotee, we have to be way extra careful. We can't deal with them on a materialistic point of view. Now others it may not affect anything, but they are connected to Krishna. Krishna says, you are come to me, I have accepted you. So Krishna takes everybody very seriously. So whenever this point comes, we give more extra time. Take Ambarish and Durvas Maharaj. Durvas Muni and Ambarish Maharaj example. Can somebody put light on this aspect? This Krishna Apiche Sudurajara. So, see, from the traditional point of view, Durvas Muni is on a higher stage, is a sannyasi. And Ambarish Maharaj is a grahastha. Like advanced. Vairagya, if you see, the more Vairagya is who? Durvas Muni is Vairagi, he has nothing, and Ambarish Maharaj is the king. But when Durvas Muni offended Ambarish Maharaj, Lord said, I cannot protect you because he is my devotee. Have you seen? He didn't say, oh, you are a Vairagi sannyasi, you have so many disciples. He is a my devotee, surrender to me. If he forgives you only that way, I cannot, he says, I cannot do anything. Aham bhakta paradhino. I am dependent on devotees. That is how Krishna says. So that's how. This is the one Bhagavatam example which we should take very seriously. Our devotional credits will not save you from that. Devotional credits mean Durvas Muni's credits are, he is a powerful sannyasi. Whatever he curses, it happens. Whatever boons he gives, it happens. Okay? So this is how we should take it very seriously. See, this materialistic tendency will not go very easily. You have to work on it. How to work on it? By seeing the defects, in the sense, the reactions. If we do that, suppose if we know that there are robbers, pickpocketers, then what we'll do? We will be careful enough while traveling in local train. What people do? They put their bags in front, not in the back, because khali ho jayega, isn't it? So we know, because of that, we know it. That's why we do that. Similarly, we should know if we offend, what will happen? Our taste will go. So this is how we should work. Fall down. Fall down in the sense, we have come here to finish our this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi thing in this lifetime. I mean, we should do this. Should plan it like that. And if we do keep offending people, what will happen? This will delay. We'll have to again come back. So offending means this relay is there, 400 meters, and there is a relay which will have obstacles. What do you call that?
Stable chase.
Stable chase. After say few steps, you will have a obstacles. You jump it and then run. So what type of relay you want? What type of competition you want? No obstacles. Just run it, like. But when we offend, what happens? The obstacle comes in our journey. It's up to us. So it's very important not to see practically any duty from this materialistic point of view. But if it happens with pure devotee, it is very detrimental, disastrous. What is disastrous means? The higher the devotee is there, we will get material desires in our heart. Forget about this losing taste in bhakti. Material desires will appear in our heart by doing offense to pure devotee. Then what I'm again materialistic like. So second point, can somebody read? Prabhuji.
Even if a devotee sometimes seems to engage in
Abominable
activities, he should be considered a saintly person, because his actual identity is that of one engaged in the loving service of the Lord. In other words, he is not to be considered an ordinary human being.
Keep it with Krishna.
Can you give an example about miserable activities?
Abominable activities. Right now we just have seen that Durvas Muni.
Like on practically today's world example.
Abominable activity means just like whatever activity. Suppose, can somebody think of? And we'll explain. What are the rules? Suppose somebody goes and now eats meat. Suppose. This is a very, sometimes, North Army happens to be, somebody sees. And then it's the abominable activity, right? So he has broken the core regulative principle. So what is our approach towards him? What should you do? What will you do?
It's written we should consider him a sadhu.
So practically what will you do? What will you do? Because
try to be understanding, try to explain to him.
Anything else?
Firstly, we will look down upon him.
Yeah. Then
Then we'll say, we'll share their journey.
you will share that.
We do, but we should not do.
So how
Correction.
how will you correct him?
Depending upon my relationship with him. If he is a friend,
So personal level, you will do what? What you will do? Or what is your relation? But on an organizational level, what will happen? What you will do?
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm
What should
asking
we
you.
do?
Organization level, what adhikar you have? Everybody has adhikar to inform to the authority. Right? I saw this happening. But you cannot take any action. Right? So because you will get involved. I told you, all are voluntarily coming to Krishna. Right? And all are coming from the materialistic point of view, a materialistic background. All were doing everything. Now they have started doing pure devotional practice. But the baggage is there. And the entire world is filled up with what?
Baggage.
Distractions, allurements. Oh, come here, come. Some may fall. But only thing what we have to see is he chanting? Or we should we should do everything that he should not leave chanting. Because we are suppose we are now in a shower and we are fully in the mud. So only thing, if you want to become clean, what will have to do? Remain in the shower. So suppose somebody is there, then don't do anything so that he will leave the shower. Getting me? So it's a very important thing. At that moment, we should turn the camera to our life. How am I practicing life? Devotional life. Something. You getting me? So on individual level, we should overlook. But it is on organization level, it is affecting more people's faith, then we should approach the right authority and tell him that I think something is happening. You should better see that. They will do that and you forget that. But if you criticize and blaspheme, you will be in a difficult situation. You will be in a difficult situation. Are you getting me? Example I gave. Prabhupada said was sitting and sannyasi is coming, then I am giving him danda. I mean giving back the danda. And I cannot follow. Somebody criticized him and make a rumor, he failed now. Getting me? It's not that we should have a blind eye to that. You understand? And we should learn from that, oh, anybody can fall like this. Getting me? If you say that, oh, I cannot fall down, Maya will make sure. the exact way, same way we will fall. Getting me? So this is how the system is. So we should use our intelligence. And however forceful it is, we should curb our activities through the right way. Okay? Don't criticize, don't blaspheme. But if it is detrimental to organization, just raise the alarm to a proper person connected to him. Otherwise, somebody has nothing to do with and a higher person. Arey, udhar ho gaya. Also, it doesn't. His counselor or whoever connected to him, find out. Tell him proper. I think I might be wrong, but you just check it out. This should be the approach. So our entire correcting attitude should be not to get happiness from seeing fault in others. Many times it happens. I am very advanced. See, people are like that is taking happiness in others' defects. Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi, not paradukha sukhi. Okay? We should immediately set alarm. This can happen with me also. So this is a lesson Krishna is teaching me from this example. I could be the guy. But Krishna warned me by this example. So at every stage, we should, so NOI starts with what our development in Krishna consciousness depends on
Association.
our attitude. Attitude should be proper. So whatever the activities are there, how we go up to it, what is our attitude? Advancement or materialistic point or disaster? So, I give an example. In Calcutta, there was a plague in 1930s or something. So people were dying like anything. So Britishers, they say, anybody can give us one rat, we'll give 1 rupee. Find out rats. There are few businessmen, they use the, roadside voice. They said, find me one rat, I'll give you 30 paise. Without doing, they were getting 70 paise. What? Without doing, getting 70 paise. So we can take the advantage from this. Advantage in the sense positive from this is whatever happens in the world, what we should see, how I can progress. Now not that how I can. इसमें बोले मतलब उसमें बोलते कि that businessman means profit. So anything happens, positive happens, how I can advance in devotional practice. Something bad happens, how I can learn from this to advance in devotional practice. That is devotee. So normal person will not do anything, but businessman means whether market goes up or down, he wants profit only. Like that. Similarly, devotee means whether he sees positive activity or negative activity, he learns how to advance. Getting me?
Yeah.
That is abhichet sudharachara. So when something is happening, durachara from somebody is doing, you learn, I am safe. I will not do this. Krishna is merciful. He has shown me this.
So no need to talk.
Like that. And learn from for yourself. Okay. Otherwise, it is a Hati Mata offense. What is Hati Mata offense?
Right.
So Vaishnava means who is doing devotional practice, 9 process of devotional. He is doing chanting everything. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Sabran. He is a Vaishnava. If you offend him, it is like a mad elephant offense. What is, you can read.
Abhimata means the mad elephant offense. A mad elephant can create a disaster, especially when it enters a nicely trimmed garden of our heart.
Our heart is now, we are doing what? We are nourishing this creeper of bhakti. Huh? By chanting, devotional, everything is, we are providing water and everything. And we forget to fence it. Garden should be fenced. And apart from that, we are asking elephant to come. Offending means, so fence is association. Association will guard us. I don't do this. But still, if we offend, then elephant may break that fence also. But asking elephant to come means offending these devotees. What will elephant will do to garden? आके बैठेगा क्या और पानी मारेगा उसको? It will uproot the lata. So criticizing devotees by Vaishnava Aparadh means draining out our devotional spirits. That means every month you get a salary, you put it in bank, right? So ये खर्चा क्या हो गया? Spending this much, but this much should be saved for future. And it becomes a big chunk. Yeah? But, and similarly, we also do bhakti, and sometimes we get garland or praise that is pending. But something is franchise there. What we do, Vaishnava Aparadh means draining that. So suppose that COVID has come. What happens? People become bankrupt, right? Sometimes. So many things happen. or anything, stock, come upar niche. So Vaishnava Aparadh means collect by hard labor and then easily give it up. Drain it out. Draining means gutter mein jalo. By carelessness. We know that Vaishnava should not be offended, criticized, but still doing it. This happens. The effects of criticizing pure devotees. Dhuri Prabhu, can you read one?
By criticizing a pure devotee, one commits an offense that is very obstructive and dangerous for those who desire to advance in Krishna consciousness.
We have discussed in detail what will happen. Lose the taste, material desires will come in your heart again. While chanting, you will, oh, what happened? This kind of wild things, thoughts are coming. Why? You offended someone. Second, Srinivas Bro, read second one. By
criticizing a pure devotee, no one can derive any spiritual benefit.
no spiritual benefit happen. You doing bhakti, Krishna ने curtain डाल दिया, plastic on your tongue. Third,
Also an offense to consider and God does not
an object of.
discipline.
So all rules and regulations are placed on the neophyte devotee, like unearthly. But those who are just like I'll give an example. Suppose these traffic lights are there. So red means stop for everybody. But if police comes, van comes, and they break it to catch the thief, you cannot say, "Arey, wo police ko pehla pakdo, usko charge laga." You're getting me? Because they are higher above the law. Some of them. So that's why Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, they are not in the bodily platform. So Teji Yasam, no dosha. Teji Yasam means those who are powerful people, we cannot find fault in them. Example, any example? We have discussed it. Even they associate with low people or, apparent fault comes, they are not affected by that. Any material example? Any material example? I'm saying just you, every day you see this. Every day you see this. Not devotee, non-devotees also see that. Sun. What is that? Sun touches the, if urine and stool are, there are so many gutters are there. So sun comes in contact with them. Sun doesn't get affected, but it purifies every dirty place. Getting me? Similarly, when pure devotee or Teji Assam, they are apparently seen doing something, they are on, they don't get defect. There is no fault in them. They don't get affected. So that's why it is very difficult when Indra, suppose we see, or Indra has done something. They are very powerful people. They don't get affected. It is actually a lesson to entire generation that such a powerful people can also come under Maya. So how it is very important for person like us to take it very seriously. Getting me? So Brahma, Lord. So when I will see this, Lord Brahma, the episode. When Lord Brahma ran behind his daughter, so his sons objected. My dear father, they said, Prabhu, I mean, they didn't criticize. They said, Prabhu, you are doing something which is not proper. Respectfully. Getting me? That is the Vaishnava approach. And Brahma identified this fault, he gave up that body. So, this is the way we should do. But those who laughed became sons of Hiranyakashipu. Are you getting me? Because of offense to powerful people. They laughed. What Brahma? They became demoniacs, the sons of demons. Okay. So it is they are not on a disciplinary action. Fourth one.
is offensive to try to give advice or correct to empower Vaishnava.
We should not give any advice. We should not see them on an equal level or correct or advise them. That, oh, Guru Maharaj, last time this has happened. This time we will do this. That means last time you did mistake. And I am very intelligent. Now I am giving you advice that this time this you will do. This is an offense. So we should never ever do pure pure devotee are not on this level that we can advise or correct. However, educationally superior we may be or may be thinking. Harekrishna. So devotees should be very. So in devotional service, it's very important that earlier days the devotees would approach Guru with keeping straw in their mouth. And what is the significance of straw? Humble. Anything else? Why would they approach with a straw in their mouth, not a flower? Rose bhi lekar kar sakte na. Why straw?
Mahaprabhu was in the one should be humbler than the.
So what it signifies actually?
Even if it is dead.
That's also there. But I am like a donkey. I am an ass. I don't know anything. Please guide me. This actually requires humility. Humility attracts, the grace. So this is how the people would attract. I don't know anything. Okay? And then knowledge comes. If we come with full knowledge and Guru says do this, and I think should do this, then Guru may say, okay, do that, but he will not get mercy. Guru will never say that, okay, don't do this. Do that, but there will be no protection or mercy. Fine? So these are the effects of. So today only we have did lot of revision today, and only one verse we could complete. Any other question regarding any till now? But have you clarified? Have you got a clear understanding of how to deal with pure devotees? All the point. Examples also we have taken. Or any other clarification? So what will you do when you see someone practicing devotee, but breaking the regulative principles, suppose, publicly? What will you do? What will you do on your own?
Publicly.
Publicly in the sense? You happen to see that. So.
Don't shame him in the public. It's a really serious report to
If your friend is there, you tell him. It is what do you call that? Contagious to other devotees. Then what do you have to do? If it is contagious,
then you report to the
authority. With I observed this. You might see in the detail, and immediately forget it. Don't ponder on it. Don't make it publicized. Don't criticize it. Because we all are in the purification process.
You should look at the mirror.
See the camera in our direction. How am I following? And learn a lesson. Higher is, Krishna is teaching me this can happen with anybody. So I have to be very careful. This is how the businessman. He always see how can I get profit? So devotee should see, oh, wrong is happening, how can I learn from this? So that I can advance. Anything else? Fine. So, I was thinking